Hi everyone, now we're going to plant a tree. The very first thing you need to do is to put on gloves. This is very important. You need to be safe in the soil when you're working with soil and working it with your hands. So that's the very first step I'm going to take. We're going to plant what's called a sassafras tree. That's this little tree right here. This is a method of growing the tree in a container or a pot. So this is called a 3-gallon size pot. It has the soil in there in which it's been growing, and all the roots are in there. That's the nice thing about a container grown tree. So we're going to plant this native species sassafras tree as a Delaware tree from this container. The next step is we have to decide where we're going to plant the tree. There's a lot that goes into this decision. You have to think about what's overhead, what's nearby, where are the roots going to spread, is it going to get enough sunlight, is it going to get enough water, is it on a slope? So I've decided this spot right here based on all those considerations. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to rake some of these leaves away from the spot where I'm going to dig the hole. If you're planting this in grass, you don't need to do this part. Next, we're going to place the tree where it's going to be planted. This is really important because we have to decide how big the hole is that we need to dig. So I'm going to take the tree and place it right here. This is where it's going to go. And we have to dig the hole 2 to 3 times as wide as the pot, but to the same depth. That's really important for giving the roots plenty of soil space to start growing when the tree is first planted. So now that we have the tree placed where we're going to be planting it, I'm going to mark a circle around the tree for the size of the hole to make sure it's wide enough, but I'm not digging yet, not quite. Now that I've marked the size of the hole with my shovel, I'm going to move the tree back out and I'm going to start digging. Now remember, you don't want to dig the hole too deep. You want to dig it to the same depth as the pot that the tree is already in. And the best way to do it is you want to have a flat bottom so that this tree doesn't sink down into loose soil once it's planted. Okay, I've pretty much got my hole dug. Now let's test and see if it's to the right depth. Is it deep enough? Is it too deep? I hope not. There's a way to test. By putting the pot in the hole, you can see the level of the soil in the pot, and this is a handy little trick. If you put your shovel handle across the hole, you can see that it's really quite close to where we want it to be in terms of the depth of the pot and the depth of the hole.